Okay, so today I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about some things that have just been festering inside me. And I just feel like it's time to just let it all out. And thought I'd just sit down and have a little conversation, a little chit chat, if you will. So here goes nothing. Hey guys, what's up? It's Meredith. Welcome back to my channel. If you read the title of this video, you kind of already know what I'm going to be talking about today. And these are just comments that you absolutely should not say to either a cancer survivor or someone who is currently fighting cancer. These are comments that I have received personally, either here on YouTube or in real life, but mostly here on YouTube because people feel more comfortable saying these things behind a facade on social media or whatever. But I also want to preface this by saying most of the time when people make these comments and they say the wrong things, they mean well. And if you have made any of these comments to me or to anyone else, just know, for me personally, I see you, I appreciate you even reaching out in the first place. I don't think negatively about anybody who has ever made any of these comments, but I'm simply just sharing how some of these comments make me feel. And maybe if you're watching this, you have gone through a cancer journey of your own and maybe you can relate, which if you have, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Just say hello. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into the top 5 things you absolutely should not say to a cancer patient. Number 1, I have received this comment on numerous occasions, either here on my YouTube channel or even at the oncology office, but I have heard the comment, "You don't look sick," so many times. And again, I think people don't realize why this would even be hurtful. But for me personally, it really diminishes what we're going through. It diminishes our hardships throughout this entire process. Because when people think cancer, and this is myself included before I went through this, when people think cancer, they think, you're gonna lose your hair. They think that you're gonna be confined to your bed. And that is a lot of people's reality. But it's not everyone's journey. Every cancer diagnosis, every cancer journey is so different because everybody's cancer is different. Everybody's bodies are different. Everybody responds differently to treatments. There are so many different treatments out there. Every cancer journey is just different. And when you make the comment that you don't look sick, it diminishes what we have gone through. I am very grateful for what my body has been capable of doing throughout the past 2.5 years of fighting stage 4 melanoma. And you guys see here on my channel, I run a lot, I stay very active, I work out a lot, but let me just tell you, and I share about this on my channel as well, but it was a choice that I made every single time I got up to go for a run or to go work out, because There were so many times that I would go for a run and I would run 5 miles, and the whole 5 miles I felt like throwing up. I know where every bathroom is on every route, and most of the time I would plan my routes around where the closest bathroom was because my stomach was wrecked from my cancer treatment. And it would have been a lot easier to just not go for a run, not get up and work out. But I made the choice to do that because it made me feel better, emotionally and physically. But all that to say, when you say you don't look sick, that diminishes not only the physical side effects that I have gone through this process, but the emotional damage that it does when given a stage 4 cancer diagnosis. Just think about that. Moving on to number 2, any comments that are made to inflict feelings of guilt on someone are never okay, ever. Even aside from cancer, these comments are never okay. So for me personally, and this is more, in relation to melanoma specifically, but I am constantly getting comments such as, why are you not wearing sunscreen? Why are you not covered head to toe in protective clothing? Why are you outside? Aren't you afraid of the sun? You should be afraid of the sun. You're being irresponsible. I'm constantly getting comments such as those. I'm also receiving comments like, why did you wait so long to see your dermatologist about that mole? Why did you wait so long to see your doctor about the lump you found on your side? We, as cancer patients, feel enough guilt without you saying that. And the comments you're making, we've made to ourselves 1,000 times. I will always question what I should have done differently, what I could have done differently to prevent this cancer. When I had the mole that now resulted in this lovely scar, for the lump on my side that ended up being a stage 4 melanoma diagnosis, I will always wonder how it would have changed things if I had seen a doctor sooner about that. So I don't need people asking me that or making me feel guilty, because I feel guilty enough as it is. And that's something that people don't talk enough about. From a cancer patient's perspective, is the guilt that we feel. A cancer diagnosis affects everyone around you. And that's honestly one of the hardest parts, is the guilt. So whether you're, making a melanoma patient feel guilty about the amount of sunscreen they're putting on, which, by the way, you don't need to worry there. Just because I don't show myself putting my sunscreen on in every single one of my videos doesn't mean I'm not doing it, okay? Like, you don't need to worry. I am protecting my skin. So whether it's, making a melanoma patient feel guilty about the amount of sunscreen or sun protection that they're using, or, you're making someone with lung cancer feel guilty for smoking history, it's just not okay. We can't go back and fix our past. We have to just live with where we are in the present and worry about what we're doing from this point on. Let us move on, okay? Let us move on from our past mistakes and not be given a constant reminder of the guilt that we feel. That'd be great. Moving on. Number 3, This is something that I think I receive the most comments about, and that is advice for someone fighting cancer. Advice is appreciated, okay? I want to say that first and foremost. I appreciate the advice because it lets me know that you guys care, and I love you for that. I will never have negative feelings toward anyone who has ever given me any sort of advice. But the reason why I say that you should not be giving advice to someone fighting cancer is we get so much of it. I am constantly being given advice on what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat, what I should do, what I shouldn't do, different protocols that people have read about, or maybe a protocol that someone they know, they use this protocol and it put them into remission. So like, I understand why they want to share these things with me. And like I said, I appreciate it. But I also have to take everything with a grain of salt because I receive so much advice. And not only that, but it's advice that completely conflicts with one another. So like in regards to my diet, I have received comments literally within the same YouTube video. I had one comment that said, you should stop eating meat. That's what's fueling cancer. The hormones in the meat, it's terrible for you, blah, blah, blah. The very next comment from someone else under that said, you need to eat more meat. You need to go on a carnivore diet. That's what's going to fight the cancer. I've had people say, do not eat carbs and sugar. That's what's fueling your cancer. And then the next person will say, actually, for melanoma, new research suggests that it's fat intake that fuels your cancer. So it's just a lot, okay? Like, I love you guys, but it's a lot. It's too much. It's overwhelming. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So in the end, my choice is to eat what makes me feel good. I eat a wide variety of whole foods, and I think that is the best way for me to fuel my body. I also have to eat some carbs. I am an active person. I have to eat some carbs because I live such an active lifestyle. I know my body pretty well, and I'm pretty in tune with what it needs and what it doesn't. Not to mention though, this has been 2.5 years and I'm still fighting this thing. When someone is handed a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, yes, we want to do everything in our power to fight the cancer, but also we know the reality of the situation. And if you want to eat that freaking cookie, go eat the cookie, okay? Like, stage 4 cancer diagnosis really puts things into perspective. Yes, I'm going to eat what makes me feel best because I want to be able to continue to do the things that I love to do, such as running and working out. But if I feel like I need a cookie or I need a little sweet treat here and there, I am not going to deprive myself of that craving, okay? Let me live my life, okay? I love you guys, okay? Just remember, I love you. I appreciate the advice, but also I'm gonna just do me, okay? Okay, moving on. Number 4, hang on, my leg is asleep. My whole entire leg. Okay, it's fine. Okay, number 4, how do I say this? Sharing negative outcome stories with someone who is currently battling cancer is just not okay. It doesn't mean that we don't care, okay? Like, I've had so many people tell me stories of loved ones that they lost to melanoma or other forms of cancer, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And when you tell me your stories, I want you to know that I care and that I am so sorry that you have gone through that. Cancer just sucks. It is not fair. It's not fair. And I'm so sorry again. Like, I can't imagine what it's been like for you because I'm on this end of it. But when you share those stories of negative outcomes, it really gets rid of the one thing that I need to keep going, and that is hope. And another aspect of this is I'm receiving comments of survival stories and success stories, and those mean so much to me. So if you have shared a success story with me here on my channel, I read every single one of my comments, and those mean the world to me because they fill me with hope. So thank you so much. And I pray that one day my story can give someone else hope. No more negative outcome stories. It's not what we need to hear. It's not that we don't care, but it takes that hope and like throws it out the window. And that is not what we need. So we are wrapping this thing up with number 5. The worst thing you can say to someone who is fighting that fight is nothing at all. I am very fortunate that I have had such an amazing support system from my friends and family members throughout this entire process, and I am so grateful for that. But you would not believe how many people that fight this disease and go through this process that lose friends and family members even because people don't know what to say. They stop inviting you to do anything. They stop coming around because they just don't know what to do. As much as those comments that I've mentioned prior to this, as much as those can be frustrating and aggravating, saying nothing is so much worse. If you have a friend who is fighting cancer and you don't know what to say, reach out. Just tell them that you're thinking about them. Tell them that you love them. That's all you need to do. You know, even if you're not able to, physically be there for them or help them in some way, just reaching out and telling that person that you're thinking about them means the world. And it breaks my heart, the amount of people who have told me that they've lost everyone in their lives because of this disease. We've lost enough as it is. As people who are fighting against cancer, we have lost enough. We don't want to lose the people that we care about on top of that because we need you. The person in your life who is going through this, they need you right now. They just need you to be there. That's it. Don't say nothing. Say anything at all, but don't say nothing. That's all I'm gonna say today. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I hope that you learned something from this video and that, I'm not just rambling on and on. I hope that you can take something away from this, or maybe you're the one who is going through a cancer diagnosis right now, and hopefully you can relate to this and feel less alone through this process, because you're not alone, okay? We are in this together, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you guys next time.